Hello, everyone. Gianni DePoce here with you for TheoTRADE, and today is Tuesday, the 3rd of December, 2024, and we only have a few weeks left in what has been a pretty exciting year, to say the least, but we're not going to count our chickens before they hatch. It's important that we finish the year strong, and the good news is that I'm seeing quite a few things brewing underneath the surface of the market that suggest that a strong finish to the year is in the works, but maybe not in the immediate term, talking like this week or next. But I think the closer we get to the Christmas holiday, the more likely we will see stocks press into new all-time highs. So take a look at the S&P 500 here. You can see we made a new all-time high yesterday. We are flirting with new all-time highs today. You check out the intraday charts. I wouldn't be surprised if we were able to hit a new record before the closing bell at 4 p.m. Eastern today. But I'm most pleased with what's happening in the Nasdaq. We are on the cusp of a new all-time high in this index, and it's so very important that we see this happen. You heard me talk about this earlier in the year when the Nasdaq was many months off of its all-time high, and we finally got that new all-time high, but there's still one last box that needs to be checked for me to get the all clear signal when it comes to this bull market, and that has to do with semiconductors. So we're down today, down about 0.5%, but we had two strong up days in a row before today. If you take a look here, you'll see that there is a slight case of what's called bullish divergence in price in the RSI indicator. So prices made a new low, but the RSI indicator did not. This often means that momentum to the downside is waning. And think about it like driving a car. You're not going to, try to make a 90-degree turn going at 70 miles an hour. No, you're going to pump the brakes, and markets act no differently. So what we're seeing now from this latest downswing, or what we've seen, is a pumping of the brakes. And now it looks like we have a directional change here. But what I need to see in this Philadelphia Semiconductor Index is prices take out this high from the 14th of October. But even more importantly, I need to see a new all-time high. The fact that we are going on 5 months without seeing a new all-time high in chips is a big concern. I've been talking about this issue for quite some time, and you're going to keep hearing me talk about it, hopefully to jinx it in a way so that we can get a new all-time high, because I really think this is the last box that needs to be checked. And why is that? Well, so many of these AI and big tech stocks that are working on these innovations in that space, they need chips. So if demand from the tech sector is weak, which in theory would mean weakness in the chip stocks, then that's a sign that things are not 100% okay. But if you take a look at NVIDIA, it looks like we did bounce off and make a higher low here. So we still have that bullish position in NVIDIA, but one of the chip names I'm watching today, because it is a name for AI timing webs, is Marvel. We have earnings after the bell. This stock is at new all-time highs, as you can see here, and I really like the setup in this name. And as a rule, new all-time highs are bullish. So even if we sell off on earnings here, I don't think it's the end of the world, as long as we don't start taking out this low from the 15th of November, because that would create a lower low and disrupt the strength of this uptrend in this market. But yesterday, on Monday, we had news come out that Marvel was working with Amazon to further their Amazon Web Services, the AWS platform. So they're in the AI space, even though this company historically has been more involved with 5G and stuff like that. They are kind of dabbling in the AI space. So, you take a look at some other chip stocks. AMD, not really the strongest setup right now. Micron's still chopping around. So I think if we are going to see chips start to rally higher, we need to see participation broaden, and we can't just rely on NVIDIA to do all the heavy lifting for us. I have been getting some good screens in a name like this one, Semtech, another semiconductor stock. And then even in the live room here at TheoTRADE, believe it or not, we got long Taiwan Semiconductor on Friday. So one day off the low, the stock is showing some notable strength, up 1.5% in this rather quiet tape overall. So I have a target of 255 on this name, and it's looking pretty good. Over to big tech names, we actually discussed an options call strategy in Apple. I'm not Theo's options guy. We have plenty of guys here that can take you through the nitty-gritty details of options. But what I did see here is a really strong setup, an uptrend, and a stock that was pressing up against technical resistance. And so we actually triggered our long position in options through calls in Apple on Friday. We've seen nothing but straight follow through to the upside. Do have a target of 265. That's the reason I didn't put a plain stock trade on, is because I didn't think that in this market, tying up capital for, like a 15-20% return, I think we can do better on pure stock plays in terms of, risk reward. So said, we talked it through with members, said, hey, try this options position in Apple, bought calls at market for the strike price with about 6 weeks out in terms of expiration. And so far, so good. It seems to be working. You have seen Amazon bounce off this former resistance turn support zone. We talked about that at length in the live room today. This means that the trend has been reinforced to the upside. That's looking strong. Microsoft dealing with some governmental issues, it seems, along with Google. So those are the ones I'm a bit skeptical on right now. Still have that long position in Netflix, getting ever so close to the upside target at 920. So that looks good. Just other names that we've been tracking that we've had to have a position on. AI, C3.ai, that has earnings coming up here soon. This one's been consolidating nicely. We did just capture profits in Amber Sports here for a 30% plus gain. So that one is looking good. And, other names have rewarded us nicely. Names like Paymentus and Toast hit their upside targets and are now digesting their gains in a very constructive manner. I do want to jump over to bonds. We are seeing a little bit of selling today. I'm still a bond bull. We do have a position in the 10-year Treasury note that continues to work higher. The dollar is trying to find its footing again after a notable sell-off against the Japanese yen. And even in the euro, it's kind of spinning its wheels here. So I think the dollar is going to continue to strengthen, guys. I think people have written it off for way too long, and the world wants in on the action. You can see how much it's rallied over the last 2 months, the dollar, that is. And it didn't stop stocks from rallying, and it didn't stop cryptocurrencies either. We see Bitcoin futures hit a new all-time high on Friday. Ethereum, I still think has a lot more value, at least 30 to 50% undervalued. I'm looking at Ethereum, potentially rallying as high as 8,000 next year. MicroStrategy hanging out here near the highs, doing some very constructive sideways action. Coinbase, still have a position on that as well. And Core Scientific trying to find a higher low. Those have been our major crypto names, along with Hut 8 Mining. On the AI timing webs front, we are seeing a big rally today in Astera Labs. Okay, and this stock is up over 12% right now, seeing a really nice follow through to the upside. And that's actually a really good time for you, for me to share what is going to be going on tomorrow. So I'm going to be having a masterclass, fourth quarter 2024 masterclass, where we are going to be reviewing the parts of the AI timing webs method. So if you looked at names like AppLove and Reddit, I'll show you those in a moment, how we got in on those names, as well as MicroStrategy and whatnot. We're going to talk about how we did over the past quarter, review actual trades, so not so much theory, because when we did the original masterclass back in July or August, that was more theoretical. But now we have actual results. So we're putting our money where our mouth is. You're going to see how that went. We're going to go through a first quarter 2025 forecast, okay, and then leave some room for Q&A. So this is going to be tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join, we sold out of all of our holiday special TheoTRADE credits. And Don might get upset at me for this, but please still give our concierge desk a call, our support desk a call, 623-244-5657. Use code word Gianni. We're all sold out, but it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. So I don't know if Don is going to come back at me and say, what the hell were you doing? But I will, deal with that fallout if necessary. So, give Alan a call, 623-244-5657, if you want to join the masterclass tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. So, like I said, we've seen some big moves come through. Astera Labs is the latest one. Reddit, that's up another 6%. We have that runner position, and the big winner of the year has been AppLovin so far. But, I'm still looking for a potential breakdown in energy prices. We've been spinning our wheels here The big level that I'm watching is this 65 to 68 zone. If we start to break below that, I think we're going to have some serious issues in the energy market. But I think it will be a tailwind for higher prices in stocks, especially. And I think technology really needs that to happen. And then, of course, I think that'll help power Tesla to new highs. It's still doing its bull flag thing. We're going to talk about that pattern as well as others in tomorrow's masterclass, and even a little bit in TheoTRADE's live room later this week. So if you want to join, you know how to find us. But that's all that I wanted to share with you today. When it comes to Tesla, we are looking for this to continue higher, and I am looking for a retest of that all-time high. We started buying this stock back in mid-September. So thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you in the masterclass tomorrow. And if you can't make it, then hopefully in the TheoTRADE chat room later this week. Thanks, everyone.